Hey guys, Ziando here with another Boomkin gameplay, this time on Warsong Gulch. Warsong Gulch is a fun map, especially for a Boomkin. You definitely get to use a lot more of your abilities than you do in a big open map like a Rothi Basin. And this one right here is just a random, so you will see me do some goofy stuff, but me and Valfor try to stick together as much as possible. I am, once again, with Valfor in this one, so... Anyhow, we start going straight across the field. Normally we would intercept in an RBG situation, but me and Val just kind of decided we're going to keep going, and then he's like, fuck it, let's go get stragglers. So we turned around and go to get these stragglers. There's a hunter in the back here, but he's only got like 380k or something, and we're like, we can burn through that pretty quick. And between that and the monk, like, the hunter could not get away. So now there's two hunters. This is a 4-hunter game, so you'll hear me say hunter a lot, I'm sure. Anyhow, we start opening up on these hunters. Val told me to focus on the back one. He pops deterrence, and then the other one's already dead, so the only thing we have left is basically get that hunter. Now, I did try to catch him, but he ended up dying to dots between me and Valfor and the other guys that were there. He's pretty screwed, or I could just do that. I guess I missed the feigned death, so I'm a baddie. Apologize. Anyhow, now we mount back up. They have our flag, so we're going to go try to get the FC. He's coming out over here. He is a monk, so he has a lot of mobility, and we got to figure out how we're going to slow him as much as possible, which is really hard to do, especially with like Tiger's Lust and with the healers and such backing him. He only has one healer backing him at the moment. So we keep just opening up. I'm just spamming Moonfire, Sunfire. I root him real quick, and then I get them all stuck in this solar sunbeam. And the other DPS decide, hey, we're going to kill off this Resto Druid real quick, and then you guys can get an easy kill on the Monk, which was the case. I did pop Super Boom, so I was AoEing and dotting everything, and I know it's hard to see in the tunnel here, but I normally use BG targets to dot everything, because when I can't see shit, I know if somebody is around me, I can just click on the target frame on BG target, and it'll target them, and then I can just hit them with whatever as long as they're in line of sight. So keep that in mind, especially if you guys use BG targets. You can use it to actually just target people, and it makes things a lot easier. So I went up top here, mostly to try to get next to him and scare him down, which was successful. I pushed him off with my Typhoon, or I was going to push him off with my Typhoon there, but then he decided that that's not something you want to do, and for some reason I hit him with a Cyclone, and then he goes around top, and it's just me and Valfor in the flag room. And we know he's probably going to try to kite the crap out of us, so I'm trying to just cut him off and slow him as much as possible, which will work to our advantage here in a second. So now the Resto Druid is back. My Solar Beam is back up, though, so we're not as worried about it. And this Monk is obviously not paying attention to the fact that he has a healer, so he ran out of range, and of course he screwed his healer. Which is unfortunate, because I know as a healer there's nothing more frustrating than trying to heal somebody and watching them LOS because they think they're badass. So we got that kill, and we picked up the flag, which was good. And then right here, I was going to pick up the flag, but Val said, screw that, let's go pick off some peeps, get some more kills. So I was more than happy to do that. Now they do have an FC on this map. I don't remember how good he is. I do know he picks up the flag a few times. I think he's just backed by the Resto Druid most of the game, so we'll see how that plays out. There's just a lot of running across the field, of course. You guys are probably more used to this than you probably like to be. There's not always constant battle, but, we got to get to where we got to be. So right here, we start heading straight into the FC. That way we can try to pick him off, and then this hunter decided he was going to hide in this hut here to get the Resto hut, and Valfor's like, we're just going to kill him real quick. So I target him, I dot him real quick. I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes when you target somebody with your stuff, it'll say like immune or something, some crazy shit, or it won't just cast the other dot on him. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue with balance, but I've been having that issue where sometimes I'll press it 2 or 3 times, I'll watch the graphical effect go off, and then it doesn't actually hit them. I know in that case that guy had deterrence up, but I've had it happen where there's nothing that could make them immune, except for possibly a Cloak of Shadows, but it screws it up. So, and I've also noticed after a Dispel, sometimes it'll make them temporarily immune to dots. In case you guys had noticed that, I promise you guys aren't going crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional. I just know it's really fucking annoying. So, hopefully Blizzard either sees it or or does something about it. I'm going to try to see what I can do. Anyhow, the flag carrier comes in here, and he just sits on the cap. Most flag carriers make this mistake. If you're an FC and you are by yourself, don't sit on the fucking cap. There's no point for that. Go up to the rooftop, you know, get into the room up top. Just do it so that, you know, you have to make the DPS work to get to you. You're not invincible. The only exception to this rule, possibly right now, is the DK with their conversion, their weird-ass conversion bug. But even them, like, if they get silenced, they're screwed. So that, you know, even that doesn't even matter. But you're not that badass. I promise you're not going to hold on the flag longer than, you know, me and Balfour can kill you. So try to be a little bit smarter about how you guys carry the flag. And if you are a DPS, your best opportunity is to start kiting around because they think you're just sitting on the cap. So if you ever see me carry a flag, which I don't think you ever will, but if you do see that happen, I do it on occasion, but I always forget to record those videos. I normally just kite around the whole building, and then when I see the flag carrier starting to go low, then I immediately go over and basically displace or beast on that flag and get a cap every time. And it's very common. You'll see it in RBGs. It's what druids do. They just kite. You get slowed. You can't do any damage, and then he caps eventually. The only exception to the rule, of course, is if you get over 4 stacks. Once you get the 5th stack, it gives you a dramatic slow, and there's no more kiting. So keep that in mind. Anyhow, this hunter picked up the flag. Once again, same hunter hiding in the damn hut again. And he's just going to get fucked up. Have a nice day. Thanks for casting your Demon Hunter glaives, or whatever the fuck Blizzard's calling it in World of Warcraft. You know, it didn't work out for you. You didn't have a lot of health. You probably shouldn't have, you know, even picked up the flag. Preventing the inevitable isn't something I suggest for those of you that think it's awesome. Anyhow, so now I'm going to run up the middle here, and I see that the warrior's getting hit, but I really wanted to get on the flag carrier as soon as possible. That way we could get him slowed. I love fighting in the tunnel here. It's really hard to see, but like I said, I use BG targets to use my targeting in the tunnel, but I get a huge advantage in the tunnel, because as you can see, this solar beam it's the whole tunnel. So they have to walk through it, and same thing with Vortex. So it's just a huge benefit for me to do something like that. And also, Starfall hits everything. I don't have to worry about things being out of range, and it's really easy to target them as long as they're in front of me. So that's easy enough to do. Now right here, this rogue's kind of being an asshole. We get the cap, of course, and because we dropped the flag carrier. And my biggest thing with rogues and druids, you guys really got to watch this. Make sure that you're hitting people with Fairy Fire. Rogues, as soon as you hear Cloak of Shadows, or druids, as soon as you hear Cloak of Shadows drop, you need to hit that fucker with a Fairy Fire, because he can't do any of his big hitters or anything like that unless he can go stealth. And he can't go stealth unless one of his healers wastes a damn Dispel. So it's very, very important that you get that Fairy Fire up as soon as Cloak of Shadows is down. Or to get it before Cloak of Shadows is down, so that way he has to waste a cooldown in order to get away. Either way, you need to make yourself a pain in the ass to rogues. And they will hate you forever, but you will win more BGs, and you will win more fights against a rogue if you Fairy Fire them than you ever would if you let them just go all willy-nilly and shit. So, anyhow, at this point, I've separated from Balfour, and as you can see, they're all going a little nutso on me. And I'm just like, fuck this, I'm out. So I pop my overalls, and I start running around and healing myself, and then I get hit by this rogue, and I'm like, shit, I just screwed myself over. I do believe I die right here. I don't remember correctly, though. But I have way too much hitting me. Yeah, and whoa, Miss Weaver, are you going to be my friend? Miss Weaver? Miss Weaver? Oh, yeah, and then he disarms the rogue. Okay, so that Miss Weaver's the hero of the fucking day. So Power Heal, if you're watching, thank you, sir. I love you. Anyhow, so now I'm able to actually clean up. My team is caught up, and now I'm able to just start mass dotting again, and I don't have to worry about survivability so much. I did get really, really lucky with that heal. But I do really, really appreciate healers and randoms. I used to play a healer, so I more than understand the stress of just going into a random trying to heal shit, because everybody's just fucking mentally retarded, and it's so much more fun to just go in and just nuke shit. So, you know, I completely understand, so I do appreciate you healers that do actually go in there and heal up the random guys. and basically do your job. So I just hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy being healed. Anyhow, we do another quick cleanup. Overall, this team's DPS is really low. We're going to go for this third cap, and this flag carrier is once again the Resto Druid, and he has no health. He has health, but he just can't stand up. He just doesn't know how to use his abilities correctly. He should have been able to get out of all that. So anyway, there's the win. Thanks for watching, guys, and you have a great day.